Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a top 5 and under 5 video, which means I'm going to be sharing my top 5 product picks in a given product category in under 5 minutes. The category for this video is going to be products that surprised me. This is actually part of a larger series that I participate in with some other beauty bloggers called Makeup Wars, and so they are going to be sharing their top 5 products that surprise, or not top 5, products in general that surprise them, but I wanted to turn this into a top 5 video for my channel because I thought it's an interesting topic that I thought you guys would love to hear about. So be sure and check the info below for a link to the blog post where this video and more about the products, pictures, things like that will be. But at the bottom of that blog post, you can find links to all of their posts as well. And they're going to be talking about things that surprise them in good ways, like this video is going to be about, but also things that maybe had a lot of hype surrounding them that kind of fell flat for them. So be sure and check that out. It's going to be a ton of good reads. In the meantime, let's hop in so that this thing stays under 5 minutes, shall we? The first product I want to talk about is Charlotte Tilbury's The Retoucher. This is a conceal and treat stick. Even though it is one of my all-time favorite products now, I didn't necessarily think it would be when I first tried it out, in part because of YSL's Touche Eclat. Even though it is a cult classic, people rave about it and have been for years, it didn't really work for me, and this is kind of falls into the same premise as a concealer and a brightener. I didn't get the coverage or the brightening power from Touche Eclat that everybody else seemed to, and so I tried this thinking it's going to be another massive waste of money because Charlotte Tilbury is not an inexpensive brand, but I am so happy to say it does both and does both beautifully. I had a particularly troublesome week where I had some really gnarly breakouts on my chin area, and this not only concealed it, but it did some magic. I don't know what it did, but it concealed it and it brightened it, and not so that it emphasized the texture of my skin, it turned it into more of a satin sort of texture. And that is, I do recommend using something like more of a kabuki style brush as opposed to a stippling brush to blend it in to get that sort of effect, because I've tried both. Find it works better with something like this, which is Makeup Geek's angled stippling brush, by the way, if you're wondering. But it's just, it works beautifully in the under eye area, the chin, the forehead, just anywhere where you want a little bit more coverage and a little bit more lit from within, natural looking illumination. The next pick is way more affordable, and actually one that I've talked about exclusively in a review, so I'll link to that. Click the eye over here if you want to see it, or in the info bar below, but it is Rimmels Glam Eyes 5-color eyeshadow. Now this surprised me because in the past I had tried their 4-color quads, their shadow palettes, and when these came out I kind of thought I didn't really have high hopes because those were the original, or the palettes prior to this were kind of hit or miss. This guy, however, which by the way is in the shade Brick Lane, but they do have a few different color combinations here, and I'm wearing this today in case you were wondering. Every single shadow in here is so smooth and buttery. The shimmer's finely milled. It's just, this is like a dream drugstore eye palette. Maybe one of my favorites from the drugstore, especially in terms of just like well-coordinated shades and simplicity. Ugh, beautiful. My next product pick is in here not because I had had any negative experiences prior to trying this, but because I hadn't had any experiences trying this. This is a very underrated brand here on YouTube. It is Mascara, and she is the woman who created this, is a makeup artist and fellow blogger, so you should definitely go check out her site. I will definitely link that below. I have a separate review of this, so without going too much into what it's supposed to do and how to use it, basically, it surprised me because there are 4 cream products in here, all of which are used to create your entire face, from foundation to contour to highlight to illumination to blush. All of it exists in this one palette, and they're all cream products. And so in my mind, I thought with my combination skin, there is no way that she could have anticipated a formula that would hold and last shine free and stay in place and not deteriorate throughout the day, but she did. And it's amazing. So really recommend you check out that review because I was very impressed that these cream products look very natural and they last beautifully throughout the day, and it makes applying your face so simple. It's not a lot of layering, so for those who aren't a huge fan of wearing lots of layered makeup, foundation, contour, highlight, yada yada, this simplifies it incredibly. But basically this is a pick because it kind of came out of left field for me. I just wanted to try something from her brand, and not only did the product work well for me, but the premise is totally unique and fits so naturally into my makeup routine, and I just wasn't anticipating that. So well done. Up next is the Ulta Contour Kit, and this, if you've been subscribed for a while, is not the first time you've seen it here. I did a dupe or dud where I compared it to the IT Cosmetics My Sculpted Face palette, and in that video I basically tell you, spoiler alert, that it pretty much does everything you could want the My Sculpted Face palette to do, but what surprised me pleasantly was what great quality these powders are. They're so smooth, super blendable, very pigmented, and in general I feel like the store brand products, whether it's Ulta's or Sephora's, are always severely underrated. They're never the first brand that I ever walk to in the store, and so I think there are a lot of hidden gems in there. This is definitely one of them. If you're looking for a more affordable contour kit, highly recommend this one. And last is less a product and more so a brand, but I have a product to represent the brand basically. It's the brand Starlooks, and this is one of their palettes. I actually got it in the first ever Starlooks Star Box. It's basically a subscription service where you get a few of their full-size products each month for 12 bucks a month, I believe. And this is what I got in my first box and was absolutely blown away. It's one of their 15 Pro palette, which contains 15 eyeshadow shades. I believe this one in particular was a palette they custom mixed for the holiday season. You might be able to still get it on their site, but I'm not really sure. They have a few of them available though. But basically everything, I used to subscribe to the Starbucks for a while, and I was blown away by every single product I got. They really are great quality, whether it's a lipstick, a lip gloss, a blush, an eyeshadow, you name it. They have really good and really underrated products here on YouTube. I don't currently subscribe to it because you only get Starlooks products, and I found that I was acquiring products faster than I could talk about them here, and they really just were kind of sitting and not getting used, which is always so sad. So I figured I would put that on the back burner, but in the meantime, they are a fantastic brand. I've had great experiences with their products, and they really just aren't getting a whole lot of airtime here in general. So really wanted to point that out because I have just been super blown away by the quality with nearly every product I've tried for them, especially their eyeshadows. So those are all of my picks. I'm sure with the intro of this video I have gone way over 5 minutes, but you get the gist of the video. If there are any products that have surprised you, whether it was good or bad, I would love to hear about it in the comments below, especially if it's good, but also if it's bad, because we love hearing those stories. So let me know in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to check out everybody else's picks. Like I said, be on the blog, look for their links in my blog post, link down below. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!